My name's Ken Finnan, and my job is to get you past all the exams. And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's, first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay? No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but you ask them. Just massage, that's all I'm talking about. Just keep you relaxed, no fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner maybe, talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through maybe the day before. Make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take two. But again, I don't think it works that well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take one final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, SDC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all, and then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason, and then the ones you got for the wrong reason. The ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it. Or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit, okay? And that's literally it. Maybe you want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass, okay? Good. Okay, everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I gotta pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you all. I need to get inside for my live Q&A, but we'll talk soon. Promise. Thank you. All right, let's head to the studio. Evening, folks. Here we are. Feels good to be back.
Levels are good, Ken.
Perfect. Ready? Let's do it.
Yo, it's about that time. We going live with the Q&A, and I'm counting it down. Lock in with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We are live right now. The questions, the answers, the energy, it's all happening. Drop your questions in the chat. Turn that volume up, and let's make this a moment.
Let's go, baby. I'm going nuts with that shit.
You look like you're in very good shape in that video.
I know. I'm a lot thinner in there.
Wow. What is that, like a 34-inch waist?
I guess maybe. I'll take it. So it's riding in that limo all the time. They have a little weight set in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you doing?
All right, you?
Doing well. Good. Doing well. Happy to be here. Merry Christmas, every fucking buddy. So it's awesome. It's Christmas Eve. Okay. So so I'm going to tell you right now, unless you're taking the test Friday or the weekend, please take Thursday off. I don't care if you're Jewish or Catholic or Christian or whatever it is, take Thursday off. Just do it. Don't just spend time with your family. If you don't celebrate, go have Chinese food and go watch a couple movies with an empty movie theater. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Now, couple quick things we have to talk about. One, check out Achievable. They are the best at teaching this shit to anyone, anywhere at all. Just make sure you check out Achievable. I have links on a lot of my videos. If you don't like them, which there's no reason you wouldn't, we also have STC. My link gets you like a 15% discount on that. And my tutoring, I got 3 tutors. We're hiring 2 more in the next month. And maybe we're going to add some more tests into it. And go, if you need one, go to series7exam.org. If I'm too expensive, which my rates are going up in January, if I'm too expensive, then go check out my other 2 tutors, or go check out Michael Weiss over at series7examtutor.com. I try to get that shit out of the way as quick as possible because no one wants to hear it, but I think you guys do. Okay, let's get into this. Let's see what we got. Okay. James Hawley. Any relation to Josh Hawley? Okay. First of all, now the question is, you've read the options. Do you feel good about the options? That's my question. Do you feel okay about the options, or do you not feel okay about the options? Okay. So you said you've read them, but I don't hear it. So again, you're taking on the 29th. You pass the other 3. Yeah. This is of all the tests you're taking, this is probably the hardest one. But if you're passing the exams, you're good. What do you need to focus on for the last 6 days? Obviously, fucking options. Obviously, I don't want to just say munis, but debt, mutual funds and annuities, and everything to do with like suitability and all that shit. You really want to make sure that you're rock solid on mutual fund annuities and the debt stuff. Yes, more focus on munis, but you want to make sure mutual funds and annuities are solid. You don't know what you're going to get. We'll go from there. Alexa, Bo! Alexa. People say I don't have Alexa. Alexa, baby. Okay. That is outstanding. I love it. Where am I? Past the 7. Let me see if I got this one. Here we go.
The bells are study late. Check the score. Celebrate Series 7 in the bag tonight. License lights up like a tree. Markets up and white for me. All my practice paid off right. Jingle, jingle, past.
Awesome. I'm a falsetto. Alexa, I love it. If you want a better song, I'm gonna hit you guys with this shit anyway. But if you want a better one, let me know. That's awesome. Okay. Juan Lopez. I love it. Okay, so John, nice Irish name. So here we go. The best way to remember this is remember, get your pencil out, get your pen. On options. It's so easy. Remember, cost base is what you pay, proceeds are what you sell it at, right? Okay. So if you buy a call or sell a put, what do those things allow you to do? So if you buy a call or you sell a put, that gives you the right or the obligation to buy stock. So your break even is cost basis. However, if you buy a put or sell a call, you're going to sell stock, which means it's proceeds. Remember, cost base is what you buy, proceeds is what you sell. So again, buy a call, sell a put, cost basis is your break even. If you buy a put or sell a call, your break even is your proceeds because you're selling stock when you exercise. That's that. Now, one quick thing I'm going to add. If you buy stock and sell a call, right? If I buy stock at 20 and I sell a call 20 call for 2, my break even's 18 because it's stock plus or minus premium. And since it's a buy and a sell, I subtract. Okay. So my break even's 18, but my cost basis is still 20 because there are 3 things that do not affect cost basis. Remember that. 3 things. Cover calls, dividends, and accrued interest. Again, remember that. Cover calls, dividends, and accrued interest. Those 3 things do not affect cost basis. So if you buy stock at 20 and sell a 20 call or any call, your cost basis is still 20. Okay. Hold on. Why do I hear a dog? Guys, talk to them for a second. Say that. It's not my dog, so I don't give a shit. Okay, it's not my dog outside, so I don't give a shit. Oh, it's your dog.
Yeah, it's mine.
Oh, I'm gonna
now.
What?
I keep going on mute so that you don't hear it.
So I'm like running out, going without because I have the 3 dogs. You never know. Okay. Okay. Now decide. Okay. So it doesn't really matter. So if they're gonna pay you to study, do the 63. Look, if they're gonna pay you to do it, fucking take the pay part. If you want to study on your own, fine. If you just pass the 7, you can bang out the 63. If you can do the 63 and 65 within a short period, go that route. If it's going to be longer, just go with the 66 route. That might be the easiest way to do it. Just because it's not just the 66 is one exam. I don't know that it's easier than the 65. It's weird. A lot of people think the 65 is harder. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that from my students. A lot of students that come to me after they fail the 66 and they bang out the 65. And again, I'm not saying that I think they're the same writer, so they're similar. But my words of wisdom are, if they're going to pay you to study, get the 63. Now, if your job's on the line, if you fail, then no, stick with the 66. Like it has to be with what's the end game, right? If you get the 66, then you're done. You get it one time. And in reality, you can do it on your own 66 and then maybe let them take the 63. If you get the 63 and then you're full on done, and then you can do whatever you want on your own, do that route. Get it out. You want to always make sure you get paid. Like you want to make sure that you get your contract done and you're done and you don't have to change anything. Here's why. You have people that go, oh, I have to pass the exams by a certain date, and they shoot for the 7, but the firms go, you can take the 6 and then you can just take the 7 later, and they shoot for the 7 anyway. And sometimes they don't get it and they get fired, and you're like, or they take the 7, they fail, then they just get the 6, they lock in their job, and then they go for the 7. It's all about what the back end is. Okay. 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 I was reading that as a real question, and then I realized who it was. Okay. So Mike LaRosa this is a good story of perseverance. Okay. He passed the SAE the first shot. He failed the 7 3 times in a row, then took the 66 and passed it the first time. Then he finally bought into my options and passed the 7 on that 4th time. Then he took the 24. I mean, a month after he took the 7, took the 24, failed it, then took the 24 again and passed it, and now he's done. And that's why he fucks around with me, that he wants to take more tests. Because I swore, I did a video on him, how he was the biggest pain in my ass. Because it's very hard to get him to stop thinking about T-charts all the time. Because look, I don't care, use T-charts or not, it doesn't matter. You can't have your foot in both. You can't teach both T-charts and the one. You fucked up. I mean, if some people try to do both, can't do it. Because what happens is you're making the students fuck up. Either do my way or Mark Esposito's way, we're very similar, or the T-charts. Either one, I don't give a shit, but you got to do one. You can't do both. And if you try to do both at the same time, it's kind of like if you ever see the thing, Jeff, when you teach a little kid, when they speak two languages like Spanish and English, whatever, they actually take a longer time to start speaking fluently everything. But when they do, they're speaking both fluently, which is awesome for a little kid, not for an adult, because you don't need to do that. Because
I feel like
all
the
you're
Mike
learning.
LaRosa story is the modern day version of the FINRA exam for Rudy.
There you go. I agree. Do you know that the whole Rudy story was all fucking fake? I know two people that went to school with him, and they fucking hated him. They hated him. He was annoying. I mean, again, he's an annoying fuck, right? Now, to be fair, you ever hear Joe Montana talk about it? He doesn't hate the guy, but he goes, I mean, he did get a sack. No, the coach was going to put him in the whole time. There was nothing bad about that, okay? But they did carry him off. You know, he was the only person to get carried off the field, right?
Yeah.
And you know the story behind that? That the two people who did it were pranksters. And then when they told them no one's ever carried someone off, they were like, oh, fuck, what do we do? So it's interesting. And John Favreau wasn't in the stands. Okay, so now, back to this. I have a feeling tonight's going to be an early night because it's pre-Christmas. Okay, there we go. So let's go. Andrea, don't you fucking leave. And Kevin, don't you leave. Okay. Oh, you need a little Viagra for your scores, right, John? No, you're actually, yeah, don't worry about it. I have a feeling some of the past perfect tests get harder as you go along, too. I know for a fact STC does, okay? I know for a fact STC does get harder as you go up. I'm not sure about a past perfect, but I think, look, if you're scoring in the 70s on past perfect, go over the ones you're getting wrong. Is it the math? Because if it's options or margin or balance sheet shit, they go nuts. Like, I remember when I first started teaching, I was over at Greco back downtown, and what the hell was it? They used past perfect, and there was some bond questions where you actually had to try to guess the price based on the yield, and it was like you had to do, well, you did this, and I was just so stupid. And then until I realized when I took the test again, I said, "There's no way they're asking that question. There's no way they're asking that question." So I wouldn't worry about that at all. So if you're scoring in the 70s and the ones you're getting wrong are like the convoluted ones, don't worry about it too much. Okay. Guys, ask questions. I'm getting near the end, which is going to be great. I'll be back. If I get out of here at 8:30, it is what it is. Okay. Okay. Andrea. Boom. I love it. Merry Christmas. I love it. That's outstanding. What a Christmas present to pass right before this. It's outstanding. I love it. Hold on. I'll give you a normal one. Where is it? Here we go. Nope, I'll give you some. Here we go. Maybe I won't give you a normal one. Oh, here's I like this one. I like.
Play my favorite song, and I could tell it would be long. That it was with me, yeah, me, and I could tell it
Wouldn't be long, baby. Andrea, that is outstanding. Awesome. Okay. By the way, Andrea, any surprise? Did you see any? I know what's on the exam, right? So I always ask, are there surprises? Like, this is an interesting one. For the 65 and 66, I heard there's a question about inertial inflation. Do you know what an inertial inflation is? Inertial inflation is when there's inflation for no fucking reason. It's just because it was, and it just keeps happening. Like, literally, it's just inflation because everything, they keep raising prices and raises and all that shit because it just should. So inertial inflation is like, it keeps going up, but there's no shock to the system. It is what it is. It's interesting. Oh, I want to see this for a second. See if we hear some background music. Does that sound Christmassy?
More like opera orchestra.
No, it's just Christmas. I'll try and know and see what comes up. I think they're reaching. Okay, that'll be my background. Okay. Kevin, outstanding. So, you have the CFP. That's outstanding. I get a lot of requests for the CFP. I'm really trying to think. I don't know if I'm going to go that route or not. I have to think about whether I'm going to start teaching that. I'm going to start learning it and teach it maybe because there's a lot of overlap. So I may do it. I just hate the insurance.
Yeah.
I hate doing the insurance stuff, and I have to see what's on it. But God, listen, Kevin, if you're going to do that, make sure, I think it's Danko is the best one. Danko is probably the best one to do. Is some solid stuff. Hold on, I'm trying to find some good stuff for you here. Here's a good one for you, Kevin.
Said, Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over. We want your bread, so don't make us annoy.
That's one of my favorite Christmas songs. Do you know who that is?
No.
The Kinks with Father Christmas.
Oh, the kid. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You were a kid. You were a little baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're stopping that music. That's annoying me. Okay. Let's get into it. Okay, let's see. So I've done 10 on pass for an average of 85. Oh my God. So Christopher, you memorizing answers? You can get the Kappa Cubic, it's fine. But you're literally, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it tonight. You're like literally, you have to do it tonight, okay? Because if you do it too late, like say you do it this weekend, right? Which is basically right for the test, and your scores drop, your confidence is going to be shaken. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would, if you're doing well and you're not memorizing, stick with it. If you want to, guys, if you want to try one for free, go to Achievable. I think I put the links in there the other day. You can take Achievable offers a free exam on SIE 6, 7. That's a free exam. You can take a full final just to check yourself out. Maybe do that. Christopher, here's the other thing. Go do my brutal exams. Do my brutal exam of do my brutal exam and then do my ChatGPT versus the 7. Do those. If you do fine on those, you're in great shape. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, there you go, Christopher. I love that. Okay. So buying the QBank from Uni's options. Okay, that's fine. Listen, if you want to do that, that's fine. That's not a bad idea. If you just do small, little questions at a time, like 20 questions per unit, totally cool. Totally cool. Okay. Oh, it was hard. Interesting. I like that. Hold on. That's what she said. Hold on. So training consultants is good. I don't love them, but it works, right? So they're not my favorite, but they do work. Okay. Like if you can pass their stuff and you're learning, they're learning stuff, their ELEM, whatever you want to call it. Their stuff is more concise and it's a little bullet pointy, which means it doesn't cover everything. But if you own it and do a little extra stuff on the outside, they're great stuff. Okay. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah, the prospectus stuff, right? So a lot of times they like a mutual fund can do an admitting prospectus. Like a prospectus is, hey guys, throw your questions in here, or I'm going to be out of here by 8:30, which is going to be just outstanding for me. Okay. Because I have 2 students tomorrow, and then I'm done until Friday. I'm not doing a live on Thursday. I'm not doing videos. You guys shouldn't be doing anything on Thursday. Just enjoy it. Even if, unless you're taking it Friday, then I wouldn't. But okay.
So I wonder how many people are taking it on Friday.
I have one guy I just talked to today. Vanguard booked the entire thing for Friday morning, 8 p.m.
Oh God!
Right?
That's crazy.
Right. So it's interesting, right? So that is like, why would they did it on purpose? He thinks they're doing it to which is their payroll day, and he thinks that they're doing it so they can fire everyone. But whatever. It's kind of sucks, but they are. I had one girl maybe a long time ago, and she's like a MD. She's like a 31-year-old MD at fucking JP Morgan now. She failed it twice, and she was afraid to meet with me because my daughter went to the same college as her, and she was like one of her big, and she was kind of not nice to her. So she was afraid to ask for my help. And everyone at JP Morgan in the building, my name goes around JP Morgan, right? Like my office was 2-3 blocks away. I had the whole building before it got knocked down, right? I mean, basically I was there 10 times a day. So she was afraid to ask me, and I'd see her in the hallways. I didn't recognize her, but so she finally asked my daughter, is it okay if, I talked to him? She went with me. They made her take it the day after Christmas, okay? And she goes, I don't give a shit. I'm Jewish. I'm going to study anyway, but whatever. But here's the thing. They made her sign something on Christmas Eve that if you fail, you will be fired. Like she said, and she was like, I know that already. Like, do you really need to put that pressure on me? Like, oh, by the way, and I've had that girl, Schwab said, the manager, super nice guy, came over and said, I'm not being sarcastic. She said he's a nice guy. He said, listen, I don't want to have to fire you, so please make sure you pass. She's like, and then she told him after she passed, she said, don't ever say that to anyone ever again. She goes, why? He goes, that made me almost fail. And basically, I was on the phone with her for 20 minutes trying to get her to stop crying. Because she's like, oh my God, I'm going to fail. Because guys, when you're taking the test, remember, you got to take the test, go in there going, I'm going to beat this thing. Don't think about the end. Don't think about the end. Don't think about if you fail. Don't think that way. You got to think, I'm going to pass. A month ahead of time, you can make exit strategies, right? But once the last week or so, you're locked in. I'm going to pass. I'm going to be a savage every time. Okay. So now let's go into this prospectus thing a little bit. So when you buy a mutual fund, you have to get a prospectus because it's an IPO, okay? Because every time you buy shares of a mutual fund, they're printing shares just for you. It's like a little mini IPO. And you have to get it by completion of the trade, which is basically settlement. Now, they can send what they call an emitting or summary. It's an emitting prospectus. It's like a plain English version of the prospectus. But you have to say, if you want a prospectus available, and it cannot be accompanied by an application to invest. So you can't send the emitting and say, hey, buy my shares. You have to send that, and then a separate email can be sent with, hey, you want to invest. Now, the other part of this is prior, maybe 10 years ago, now you can email a prospectus. There's a thing called access equals delivery, okay? Access equals delivery. That means if you give them access to it, meaning you send the email, you give them a link to the website, you can take them to the water, you can't make them drink, but if you give them access to the prospectus or the link, then that's as good as giving it to them. But for a while, mutual funds made you how to give the paper one, and then they realized that that's probably not a good idea socially. Okay, good stuff. Okay, now, okay. So again, that's a lot of perspective. Yeah, Andrea, I agree. It adds a lot of pressure to it, but I had a guy when I was at Bank of America, I had my 7 in 89, and then I lost it because I worked on the stock exchange and they weren't part of NASDAQ, blah, blah, blah. So I had to take it again. And I was at Bank of America. I found out the hard way because I was at Credit Suisse and they go, you need the 7. I'm like, I have it. He goes, no, you don't. So I had to go retake it. But I was at Bank of America, and this is what's caused me to start teaching because they came out with a rule. I think they wanted to fire people. So they said everyone they gave them 3 years to pass the 7. They give everyone 3 years. Nobody had teletypist girls, and they were trying to fire them probably because they said everyone on the floor had to pass the 7. Even the people who just typed the information, the teletype people, which is so stupid. So I started helping them, and that's how I got into teaching. But there was a guy, Frank. I love the guy. He didn't want to take it, and he failed it the third time. He had till 12/31, right? He failed it on 12/20. Missed it by 1 point for the third time. So he got fired. And then a month later, it came out. There was not a scandal, but there was a scoring thing. So 1,500 people who passed who failed actually passed. Like they told them they failed, but they actually passed. He was one of them. But then I got my job back, and Bank of America goes, no, because you didn't pass in time, and we gave you 3 years to take it.
Well,
right? So he said, if we had given you 6 months, fine. But you literally waited 2.5 years to take it and then decided to take it 3 times in a row. Not our problem. He got a job at Deutsche Bank, but he's in construction now. But the point is, they don't, it's tough to take it that way. Okay. Yeah, you're going to rock this, Chris. I love it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm going to have to try to take it. I can take their exams. I mean, they tell me I can take as many exams as I want online and just like show them if I want. I don't want to like cannibalize their stuff. Maybe I'll try to take it and see how it is. But yeah, anyone who, by the way, Alexa, was it hard to find the finals? I mean, because I don't think they're super hard to find, right? So, I mean, it's like achievable. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to do a little example. Achievable. If I could spell achievable, that'd help. Free Series 7. Let's see. I have it. Okay. There it is. Look at that. So just for you guys, everyone, if you want, here's a video. Not a video. If you guys want to take a practice Series 7, there you go, baby. Good stuff. Okay. Now, guys, while I'm here, I'm going to talk to you real quick because I see some questions coming in, but I'm going to get there. Yeah, Alexa, I just did the same thing at work. I thank you for that. Don't forget, guys, we have memberships. Like we have a class right after this. So we end early. I'm going to start that early. We have a class. We do a membership thing. Okay. So there's different levels. There's a $5 membership that we meet every Wednesday. And we go over the SIE at 7 p.m. We're not doing tomorrow because it's Christmas Eve. Even Mike said he wants to do it. I said, no, I'm not doing a Christmas Eve thing. So, and nor am I doing New Year's Eve for that. But starting the Wednesday after New Year's and the New Year, it's $5 a month, and every Wednesday they meet. Plus, you get a lot of little videos. We have a $20 membership, which is and I think, no, Jeff will put the link in if he gets around to it. Then we have a $20 one, which is all my amazing options videos, which will change your life. Then we have a little higher, $25. You also get that. Plus, we meet every Sunday.
Going in.
And then we have the big kahuna, $99 a month. Remember, this is not a week, it's a fucking month. $99 a month. We get the options videos, the 2 classes on Sunday, and the Tuesday night after the live class, which is great. That's a great one. There's like 7 or 8 people in it. A lot of people signed up, but only 6 or 7 people show up every time. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Now, back to this. Interesting. So let's think about this. Okay. Shanavana. That's a long ass name, but that's okay. Here we go. I don't think it'll bar you. Here's a question. Is it a misdemeanor? That's a question. So is it considered a misdemeanor? So if you have administrative ethics violations, let me see something. Administrative admin ethics violation. Let's see, because this is what matters. By JCOPE is a misdemeanor. Let's see if it is. Might not be anything. Let's see. Okay, it's not. Okay, so it's usually a civil matter, which means you won't be barred. Okay, now if it's a civil, so hear me out. If it was actually a misdemeanor, that would fall under ethics and probably ban you for 10 years. But if it's just, now listen, it's going to be hard to get a job anyway because that's just Googleable. But if it's just a civil or administrative thing, then you can absolutely still work. It shouldn't be a problem. Now, the insurance stuff is always a pain in the ass. Like the insurance companies, it's like they sometimes extend it longer. Like I had a guy who had a felony 15 years ago. And again, most of this shit's drug related, right? Okay. So he couldn't get his insurance licensing in the state, which is crazy. But it is what it is. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to ask you, and now I'm going to ask you in a second. So, Shanae be numb. Sheena by numbers. I'll go with that one. Okay. Sheena by numbers. I'm going to assume that that's what it is. I feel like I'm doing those license plate things. We're trying to figure out what they're asking, right? Okay. So, I like them a lot. They're really good people. Let me do it this way. They're great. They're expensive. Their tutoring is really expensive. Okay. It's like over 3 times what I charge. Okay. And I'm the best in the fucking country. So, if we have, they're for the 79, they're amazing. It's like, so I go like this. For the Series 79, they're here. Everyone else is here. For the 7 and the SIE, they're right. I still think Achievable is the best for the SIE, SDC, and then all the rest. Right? But it's like SIE It's achievable, STC, and then everyone else is right here. You're never going to get hurt with them. For the 7, it evens out, like they're all pretty much the same. I do like them a lot. They're nice people. They're super helpful. They have a lot of good stuff. They're very into the vibes of like how to study, which is great. I do a lot of those, like they do a little motivational stuff in a different style than I do. Like I go, fuck yeah, let's go. And they go, yeah, let's go. Like Brian, I love Brian Marks runs it. He's the name of it. Liza, I think it's Liza or Lisa. I never can remember. Strife is the CEO. Super great. Does a lot of speeches and stuff. But like, I remember I was sitting there and he goes, maybe you could, do one of our classes or something. I go, the problem is I curse a little bit. He goes, well, I've been learning to drop a damn once in a while. I'm like, oh Lord, you haven't seen any of my videos. Now, to be fair, the other people, Lisa and all the people out there have seen them and they full on know what I'm like. Okay. They full on know that I curse. And that's why I don't do corporate shit. I have a lot of corporate stuff like the analyst class. I do, 3 different companies analyst class. I have 4 different companies where I visit and teach, once a month or once every quarter. I do that, but I do turn it down a little bit. I try to curse a little bit less. I can turn it off, I guess, if I have to, but it feels like I have to bubble up. So, but back to this, I like them for the 7. They will help you. I think they go a little too deep, but that's fine. It's not like, it's kind of like, I don't like that they go that deep, but here's the thing. They have good results. And if you pass their exams, then you're most likely ready because their questions are deeper than they need to. I am not a fan of any vendor going way deeper than you have to. Like a lot of them talk about somebody said about Kaplan today on Reddit, which again, toxic cesspool. Oh, guys, I think I pinned it in the beginning. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group. Go look at the first chat. I think it's pinned to the chat. The Facebook group is awesome. I have like 8,400 people, 4,600 active users in there. It's incredible. 4,600 active people in there making comments, reading, stuff like that. And it's so helpful. Kaplan said something. I can't remember what it was, but they were like, oh, that debt to equity should be called debt to total capitalization. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I'm not even looking into it. But that's not the way the test is going to ask it. The test used debt to equity. That's what they say. So don't go there, right? That's what I'm saying. Sometimes they're too smart for their own good. And that's more Kaplan and Pest Perfect. But sometimes Notman does that a little bit. And again, I don't mind it on a rare basis, which is fine. I just don't like when vendors do it all the time. And a lot of the vendors do. Again, you guys have seen my stuff. I'm very straightforward. Like my videos are shorter than the other videos, whether on the YouTube or STC or Kaplan, whatever it is, because I cover what you need. I don't add the fluff. Okay. People add a lot of fluff. They talk slower, all that stuff. Fine. But it doesn't mean more shit is covered. And sometimes vendors are covering shit that it will not be tested. Like Past Perfect for the longest time used to make you do yield to maturity. You will never, ever, ever on any of the exams have to figure out yield to maturity. On the CFP, maybe CFA for sure, but that's not this. So throw it out there. Okay. But I do like them a lot. If you have Notman as a standalone, you're great. You're set. If you're running out of questions, buy the Kaplan QBank or buy STC supplemental exams. I have links for that. Doesn't matter, but you're in good shape. Okay. I feel bad for people who have their shit on their own. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. And look, this is what I keep telling everyone. Even if your job is on the line, I have quite a few people that have come to me, they fail, then they lose their job, right? They lose their job, whatever. Maybe I get a lot of the old, I'm taking the test tomorrow and I met you for the first time. I have no shot at helping you. I can maybe bump your score, but if you're in the 50s, it's not changing, right? So I have a lot of these people, they leave, they go, and all of them I keep in touch with, right? I keep in touch with a lot of them. I say all and then a lot. I'm contradicting. They're doing great. I have one guy, he moved back down to South Carolina. He runs franchises. He has not a manager. He owns franchises now. He has 3 Wendy's and a this and that, and he's doing great. He totally flipped out what he did. He goes, it wasn't for me. So remember, even if it's bad, it's not the fucking end of the world. It sucks. I tell everyone, almost every time I had a kid, I got fired. Every time within 6 months of me having a kid, I got fired, either right before or right after. I got laid off. They brought me in. I told you a story. 3 days after my son was born, I got laid off from Credit Suisse. Now, to be fair, I had a job a half an hour later, but still, it was not a good time. Okay. TBB. Let's go, baby. I love that you're going right to the 66. It sounds like you're not sponsored yet. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing that you nailed that. Okay.
Outside the window, coffee steaming slow, highlighting the rules in a red and green glow. Ring the passing bells, I pass the SIE. Like
a trying to make you laugh a little bit, TBB, baby. Okay. I love it. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Okay. So it was way harder. I'm going to have to try to. So Tyler and Justin, if you're watching, that's outstanding that you asked to really, that outstanding that you did a hard test. I will figure it out. Okay. Okay. Oh, Shiva. Okay. I got, okay. 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 Let me get to, okay. So it's not a felony. Okay. So it's not a felony. It's not a misdemeanor. So you will. You may not have to disclose it. Because they'll ask you, have you ever been charged with a misdemeanor? Have you ever been, what is a JCOP? That's the thing. So I don't know what Commission lobbying. Lobbying for government, right?
Oh.
I handle police officers. Okay. Okay, fair enough. I'm not sure that it has, I don't think you have to disclose it. Listen, it'll show up on your background check. So remember, what you asked and what your firm asked, your firm may say, is there anything we need to know that other than ethics violations, blah, blah, blah. But if they don't, then you don't have to answer it. But understand it'll probably come up on a background check. Because they do a background check, first of all, to check your shit. It won't show up on your FBI one, but they do have you ever done that, Jeff? Have you dealt with that whole background check shit lately? So when people go from one broker dealer to another, they have to pass this background check, right?
Yeah.
It is like weeks long.
It's that long now?
I don't know why it takes that long.
I think it's like hit or miss. We've seen it where we put people through. We're waiting, and like, what's the problem?
What are they doing?
Just a process.
Okay, so let me get into it. We finally got some fucking questions, people.
There we go.
I'm filling in here. Okay, there we go. But Shiva, you won't have to. I don't think that's disclosable on the U4 because they ask about felonies, any felony. Or any securities or ethics misdemeanor. If it's not a misdemeanor, I think you're good. Your firm may ask and it'll probably show up. So you better have an answer. So you should talk to a career person, not me, because I'm an idiot. Talk to someone how you should answer that best. Okay. Here we go. So it's not so much mutual funds. You can't have a joint corporate account. Your mutual fund can't. Bottom line, I don't think that's going to be on the test. But mutual funds or corporations in general can't have joint accounts. You can't have IBM or have a joint account with GE or with you. They can't do joint accounts in general. But the point is, mutual funds have to trade their own stuff. They can't have an account somewhere else. It's a weird fucking thing. What vendor was that? Okay. Hold on, here we go. Raquel, I'll get you in a second. Okay. Okay, so Joanna, this is the big one. This is the big kahuna. This is your shit, right? This is the one. My advice to you, first of all, I hope you're passing everything. Okay. I hope you're passing everything. If you're not, if you're still under 60, what's going on? Because you've taken it twice, right? How close did you get? Hopefully you reread the book after the last time. Yeah, that's okay. I'll get to that. My advice is, so today's Tuesday. You can study on Christmas, okay? I'm going to say you can study. Because usually I do a little video every Christmas morning, say take the day off. And invariably I go, well, I can't. I'm taking the test tomorrow. Yeah, not fucking you. No fucking shit. If I'm not talking about you taking it tomorrow, after you pass on Friday and celebrate Saturday. I don't give a shit. So, no, I'll get back to you. I promise you. I will bring that. I'll come back to you. I should have come back to you on that one now, Yul. Thank you for bringing it up again. shoving it right in my face. I would say, Joanna, take my brutal exam, take my GPT one. If you pass both of those or feel good with them, then you're fine. Take a test up until Thursday, none on Friday. Friday should be watching my crash course playlist, not just the 1 power hour, the whole crash course. And then the last thing you do is make sure you have mutual funds reread this week. And the last thing you do is read customer accounts. If you have SDC, that's 2 and 14. I don't know what it is on Kaplan and Notman, but you want to read about customer accounts and disclosures. It's kind of okay. Now, are there applicant calculations on the 66? Raquel, there could be. No, I will get you, I promise. They could be, okay? I'm not saying a lot. Most of the time, they might just ask you break even. Like if you're long stock and you buy a put, what's your break even? Which is stock plus premium. If you're long stock and sell a call, what's your break even? That's stock minus premium. They might ask you if you're long stock, how do you hedge it? Or how do you add income? Stuff like that. What's a straddle? I've seen some people getting straddle questions, but not the math. It's for the most part going to be more concepts than anything else. I truly believe that. Okay. Yes. Oh, let me get Noel so he doesn't go nuts. Okay. I'm making you stay on the thing. Okay. I'm hoping you're saying you're right. I hope I'm saying it right. Okay. Really? You're in great shape. If you're scoring there on Past Perfect and it's not for memorizing and you're taking the test in literally 3 weeks, you're in amazing position. You're in amazing, amazing position. Okay. Because this is what you do. This is how you really build it up. Spend the next from now until Saturday or Sunday. Read. Watch my videos. Watch Past Perfect videos. Watch whatever videos. Okay. Go spend the next from now till Saturday just doing reading, adding knowledge, and reading the Past Perfect stuff, going over the weak stuff. You'll be fine. The other thing is, where are you weak, right? Are you weak on the crazy shit or the normal shit? Like if you're weak on like the basic, like just suitability stuff, then yeah, and then you got to build that up. But if it's like their options or they make you do DPP math, they make you do margin math, I wouldn't worry about that at all. That's not a thing. So don't worry about that too much. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling. LHG, I had a feeling that was Notman because I felt like that sounds like a Notman Past Perfect, a little bit too deep thing. Okay. I'll get you on that one. So yeah, Raquel, I would learn more. Don't just worry about break even, and I would focus mostly on the suitability. Okay. Where are you? Okay. So now I can explain the difference in mutual open end and closed end. First of all, okay. So an open end fund, and you need to remember watch my videos on this. However, an open end fund is a mutual fund. An open end fund, the shares go. So understand how a mutual fund works. A mutual fund works where it's like it's a fund, okay? And what's in it is all the shares, and the shares, the NAV, the net asset value, is the value of all the shares inside this fund divided by the number of shares, okay? So if the shares go up, the NAV goes up. The shares go down, the NAV goes down. When you buy an open-end fund, you're buying it at the NAV, okay? You're buying it at the NAV plus maybe a sales charge. So when you buy them, the top's off. When you buy shares of the fund, they go, oh, HG, you want some shares? Boom. We'll print some off for you. We'll do a little IPO for you. And now the fund gets a little bit bigger because you bought some. And then they put your money inside and then they buy more shares and then they close it up again and they do it all over again. So an open-end fund, you're buying shares directly from the fund or the sponsor. Okay? And when you buy them, you're buying them at net asset value plus the sales charge. You cannot buy them below NAV because you're buying them at the value. That value is NAV. That's the way it is. Okay, so now, when you buy them, you have to get a prospectus. When you buy them, you get them at 4 o'clock or after they do the last trade, right? Once the trading ends, my hand's orange. Looks like orange, right? Okay. Who knows? Okay. Maybe I was eating too many cheese puffs. Okay, so now, or I've been fingerprinted. I don't know. Okay, so now, If you buy them at NAV plus a sales charge, and you pay what they call the POP. If you buy the shares at 10 a.m. and I buy them at 2, we get the same price. However, let's jump over to close end. You can't buy them on margin. You can't sell them short. Now, if it's on the close end fund side, okay, a close end fund, it's once they issue a set number of shares, they seal it off, and then it starts trading on the exchange. If you want to buy shares of a close end fund, you have to buy them in the market and buy them from other people. Remember, when you buy an open end, you're buying it from Fidelity, Vanguard, whatever it is, or a sponsor of them, and they're creating shares. You're not buying them from another investor. When you buy closed-end funds, you're buying them on the market. At the market, you're buying them at the ask. You're selling them at the bid from other investors because it's literally trading. If you buy at 10 in the morning and I buy at 10:02, we will probably get different prices because you're buying it based on supply and demand. Now, when you buy it at the ask and you pay a commission, 5% guideline. If you sell it, you're going to sell it at the bid minus a commission. Now, when they say minus a commission, it doesn't mean you're not paying a commission. It means you are. It means the shares you sell it are, say you sell it at 17 and to say it's a $1 commission, you're only going to get 16. That's minus. It's 17 minus a commission. You're only going to get $16. So you're going to pay the ask plus a commission, and you're going to sell at the bid minus a commission. Now, here's another thing. Since it's trading, you don't have to get a prospectus. If it's early on, maybe, but after that, no. Open end, you need a prospectus. You can buy it on margin. You can sell it short. Okay, so you can buy closed-end funds on margin, and you can sell them short. Okay, so open-end funds, you cannot do that. You buy common stock only, and you buy it from the fund or the sponsor. Preferred. Close ends, you buy them in the market. You can buy them on margin. You can sell them short, and they can issue preferreds and bonds and other stuff like that. 11. Okay. I think we're good on that. Again, focus on the suitability. Okay. Yeah, Joanne, I'll get you. Focus on the suitability, not so much the method. I mean, if you want to make it fine, but for the most part, you're going to worry about suitability. Okay. Okay. You're right there, baby. You're right there. Go find my brutal exam and my GPT one. So Joanna, so you have STC. So the other thing is start reading the crunch time facts now. Start reading the crunch time facts. You have to do it. That's from STC. They're great. It's kind of like, it's not questions, but it's like feedback from the exam. It's really help you. Secondly, I'm glad I helped you, HJ. Also, find my video. I have a video where I compare open end to close end to ETFs to ETNs. Go find that. It's in my 7 playlist. So Joanna, go watch my crash course. And then, like you asked, you want to read chapters 2 and 14. I don't know which way it goes. So 2 and 14. So you want to watch. So 2 is the opening accounts, and 14, I think, is disclosures and stuff like that. Those are, I promise you, that's easy fucking shit. That's easy points for you. It really is. Okay. Okay, not bad. I thought I was going to get kicked out at 8:30. So now you got to listen to me ramble. So since if you guys have questions, throw them in there. I guess it means you're all going to get 100, right? Okay. Look, I get it. It's the night before Christmas. It's nighttime. We have shit to do. My wife's literally out shopping, even though she swore she was done last week. It's amazing. I've learned she loves Christmas. It's her favorite time. She loves to spoil people, except for me. No, I'm kidding. We buy a lot of shit. So, and I have a daughter in Panama, so we have to buy it early. But I always I learned not to have her shop early. Because if I had her done by November, right around middle of December, she starts panicking. She's like, oh my God, I didn't get enough stuff. So then we double, then it's like second shopping. So I like that, we'll buy stuff in November. For the most part, December 1, it's on. So it's interesting. It's a fun thing. So the other thing they have is she likes to wrap the presents the night before. Yes, not the Santa ones because Santa drops them off. I'm not ruining that for anyone. So it's kind of cool to see my grandkids with the Santa stuff. It's great. And the only there's basically certain things they want from Santa. So it's like no, I don't want you to buy it. I want Santa to get it. Okay. And but we'll see what happens. Did you have the Elf on the Shelf with your kids when Elf on the Shelf happened? Do you know what
I
that
knew
shit
it
is?
was, but I never did it.
God, it's so fucking bad. It's like I want to just, but I guess somebody, one of his friends, they hung it. The parents hung it on like like some people put lights inside their house and it burnt it. It's like, oh my God. It's like not the kids, but the parents. Like, what do you do? Okay, you're screwed. Okay. Okay, again, chapters 2 and 14. Go from there. Listen, guys, tomorrow, Christmas Eve, hopefully you have some fish and shit like that. Feast of the Seven Fishes, right? And I'd say on Thursday, if you can, if you're not taking the test on Friday, like some of you are, if you're not taking it on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, please try to take some time off and doing this stuff. Okay. It really will help. Okay. It will help you. I promise. And you have to remember something. You always have to remember.
I'ma take the test like a savage, pencil in my teeth and a fire in my eyes. Yeah, I'ma take the test like a savage. Don't need no luck, got my brain on overdrive. Wanna rock that page and
Yo, pencil like a mic, got my mind in drive. I'ma take this test like a savage live. Pages flip when I spit, answers lock in place. Every bubble that I shake got a champion face. I'm prepped, no sweat, pop quiz, no panic. Lyrics in my head like formula.
We're going to take it like a savage, right? So what is it? Now, let me explain something. Some people go, what the hell does that mean? One, you go in like a fucking badass, okay? You go in there, like literally, I say this all the time, and I don't get why it's funny. I am so fucking delusional. I think I could take the MCATs. Okay? I said that to the group. I was at a panel, and I said, and I was kidding. I was doing it as a joke, but I said, I like to believe that I can. I know that I can. I full on know that I'd probably get a 1. I don't know if they score it that way. I'd probably get a negative on them. They'd be like, what are you doing? Never get near a hospital again. Okay. Don't ever be an EMT. Don't ever do it. But I will go into every test going, I know I can beat this fucking thing. Right? Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can find. I may have to do it in here, John. That's a fair point. You have to go in there fully believing that you will. Here's why. Here's my thing on this, okay? If you don't go in there thinking that you can beat it, you fucking lost already. It is. God, Jeff, you have something to say. I think you want to say on this.
No. I'm just listening. But like, when you go into the exam, I was just talking to somebody. Make your mistakes before. I think a lot of people try to be perfect when they're practicing.
Right.
Make all your mistakes. Take all your wild guesses while you're practicing, so that you're not doing it on the day of the exam. And then you'll feel more comfortable.
I agree. You don't need a fucking 100, right?
No, you don't need a 90. You don't need an 80.
Nope.
You don't need a 75.
And the less you worry about it, the better it is. The more you just relax and go, it's okay. Don't sweat it. It's not a big deal. They said the average score, the average passing score for NASA, they did this, I think, last summer.
74?
73.
73. Yeah.
I mean, think about this. So you have so many people out there that are fucking cocky as shit. They barely fucking passed.
And they have no idea what they really got.
I know. They don't at all. I mean, I don't know. Also, guys, no, I'm not going to. I'm really making a push to get. So look, because this is going to help people. I want people to be able to take the 7 without being sponsored. That is going to be my mission for 2026. My mission for 2026 is to make FINRA at least have this conversation that this FINRA should free, instead of free the nipple, free the 7, baby. That's going to be your thing.
They have that.
I don't know. Gatekeeping, white supremacy. I don't fucking know.
That's not. Do you think it's because it's a broker dealer license, so they want you to be automatically affiliated with a broker?
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I get that, but the 65 is a standalone.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my point. Is like so I get it. Like if their argument is, oh well, people might act like they say they have it and don't. Okay, do they do that with the 65? If they say, oh God, we have to enforce it on so many people. Okay, then I get it. But I haven't heard that. I watched the enforcement set. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Kurt, baby. Fucking A, baby. Let me give you a good one. Let's see. I'm not going to make you suffer through one of the track. Since you dropped a little cash, I'm not going to make you suffer through that shit. Hold on. Here we go. This is one of my favorite ones. John Peterson. Good. Okay. Again, Kurt, baby. It's not an easy fucking test. It is absolutely fucking hard. It is a hard test. Boom. Now. Oh,
wait a second. I know what this is. Hang
What?
on. It's BMW M3.
Oh.
Hang on. Stand by.
S3?
It's okay. He's got a D9 S3 chip. Tell me how. Okay, so it's normally aspirated with the S3 chip, D9 suspension, possibly exhaust. Tell me how close I am.
He's like, I don't care. I'm just BMW man. Now, just so you know, I'm rooting for you now, but if I see you on your road, I'm going to think you're an asshole. Just remember that.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean? He knows what I'm talking about, or maybe
you got it. Good stuff. Okay, so we got this. So John, we're gonna get this right. We got it. John Peterson, baby, and BMW man, you're gonna be fine. Go take my brutal exam. Promise you, it'll help. Do I have one of them or two of them?
Pass the exam, BMW guy. BMW guy. Pass the exam. Get yourself at least a B56 engine, is it? And then put a APR tune on it. I think you'll be happy with the results.
I have what you just said. I have no idea what you just said. Like literally, you just said letters, and I have no idea what that means. That's good. Okay. So yeah, just listen. Find my brutal video, and then the one I just did last week. I promise it'll help you. Be confident. Go in there like a badass. Take it like a savage. Right? We got to take this thing like a savage. Okay. And HJ, before I go, I will get to your thing.
Yeah.
Everyone taking it Friday.
I'm gonna beat the test. I'm gonna take it like a savage.
I love that one. Okay. So now, HJ, here's my thing on that. And I'll let you have a BMW conversation with him. No, they can't be bought. So mutual funds can never, open-end funds can never be bought on margin. However, after 30 days, you can borrow against it, okay? You cannot buy them on margin, but after 30 days, you can borrow against a mutual fund. That's the difference. Closed-end funds, you can always buy a margin. So the whole point here is that when there's an IPO, you can't use a margin now. That's why it's very hard to short in the first 30 days of a stock, because most shorts are taken from margin accounts. So it's not illegal to short the first 30 days. I always thought it was until like 2012. But it wasn't that. It was because you couldn't really get a borrow because you can't put it in a margin account. So the first 30 days of an IPO, like a mutual fund or an IPO, no margin. So it's very hard to short. That's why after 30 days, you can borrow against your mutual fund. So, right. So if you dump 100 grand into a mutual fund, and then you go, I really need the money. And in 30 days, you can take 50 grand out. I love it. Awesome. Okay. Boom. I love it. Okay. John, we're going to get it. BMW guy, we're going to nail this stuff. Joanna, your Christmas is going to be good. And you're going to nail this thing. I promise you. Okay. Okay. Because we know. Where is it? I gotta learn to do this better. Oh, here it is.
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
Germans? Forget it, he's rolling.
And it ain't over now. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Okay, everyone. Remember, Merry Christmas. If you're not, so you guys taking it Friday and Saturday, do not take Christmas off. Do the morning, but then enjoy the rest of the day. Do not take tests the day before. So you're taking a Friday, do not take tests on Thursday. That works, Christmas. Don't do that. Watch videos. Anyone taking the 65 or 66, you want to read about trusts, estates, and trusts, estates, and my God, I can't remember. Oh, joint accounts. I couldn't remember. And if it's 7 or SIE, you take customer accounts. Okay, John, I think you pick NASAA, either NASAA or FINRA. If it's you're taking the 65, I think you have to look up NASAA. I think that's going to be the sponsor, unless you do. Then the problem is it's very hard to call FINRA now. They're closed until the new year. They're basically as of today.
They'll answer. They have a hotline.
What?
They'll answer.
Have you tried?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm not sure. I mean, you could probably call Prometric on Friday, but I don't know that NASAA, they have it's a very, very light staff. I think if you call, you'll get the same person every time. But I think if you pick NASAA as the sponsor, or if self-none isn't there, look for NASAA. Okay. Oh, U10, that's it. I think it's U10. Try U10 is, if you try to find NASAA, it's great. If you can try to find CRD number, yeah. So if you do FINRA, and look, if you know what, I think that what happens is it's a NASAA test, but FINRA enforces it. So go with that. Go with FINRA, type in your CRD number or your U10 number, and you're gonna be fine. Okay, everyone, please enjoy the holiday. Please have a good Christmas. Be safe. No fireworks or anything like that. And let's get into it. Okay, everyone, have a great Christmas, and I'll see you guys on the other side.